The Christmas Hotel by Jollylove. Chapter 25. Canada, Day 7. Harry knocked at Draco's office door and leaned against the door frame with a grin. "Busy?" he asked when he found the blonde wizard looking up in shock. "What? Is it morning already?" Chuckling, Harry nodded and walked inside. "It's 7 a.m. Have you been working through the whole night?" "Aye." Harry could see him trying to come up with a good lie before he sighed and shrugged his shoulders. "Today is our last day in Canada. I haven't been able to think of anything to do. It's Christmas after all, and everyone is home with their families and—" "Draco, darling," Harry interrupted and sat down on the chair next to his boyfriend. "It's Christmas. We don't have to move around and add stress to a time that normally, for children at least, shouldn't be so stressful. So how about this? Stay longer in Canada." His offer was met with a skeptical eye and a frown. Harry chuckled and placed a hand on Draco's arm. "Do it for me. I like it here." Draco groaned. "Ugh, my one weakness." Harry sniggered and leaned over to kiss his boyfriend. Even if Draco wanted to pretend to be annoyed, it didn't really work. Harry could feel the love between them, even if neither of them had said so. It was honestly a bit early for it, but maybe in spring or just whenever he felt like saying it. Slytherin smiled at him. "So, darling, why are you awake at 7? "I've been awake for far longer, Draco," Harry said dryly. "I've been cooking a breakfast worthy for a Christmas day." "What?" Draco asked, eyes widening. "Do you think I can take a look? I'm in a desperate need of a double espresso." Harry laughed and held him back for now. "In a minute, dear. I've got something for you." It was a bit funny to see Draco falling back on the chair instantly. "You have something for me?" Nodding, Harry held out a small present. "It's Christmas after all, so here you go." Draco stared at it before carefully taking it. "It's beautiful." Harry laughed and shook his head. "It's just a wrapping paper. You have to open it, Draco." "No one has ever given me a present since I moved away from my parents." "Oh, well, then maybe Draco had a reason to really like the wrapping paper." Harry smiled at him. "Well, if you want, I could go looking for things for you every day now and wrap them so you're getting more used to presents." Draco chuckled and pecked his lips. "Not needed. Thank you, darling." Then he carefully opened the gift. It was a small candle holder in the shape of a rose. The middle had a small glass for a candle. On the inside it was golden but shimmering in rainbow colors, and the outside was black. "It's beautiful." Harry had half a mind to answer, just like you, but decided against it. Instead, he grinned at him. "It made me think of you, so I'm really glad you like it." Draco beamed at him before he turned sheepish. "I also have something for you, but I didn't have time to wrap it, so close your eyes for now." Grinning, Harry followed his demand. He listened close, trying to find out if he could hear something like glass or wool or just something, but Draco didn't make any noise. Finally, he told him to open his eyes. On the table in front of Harry lay a thick, whitish grey woolen jumper. It seemed as if it was made out of sheep wool. Harry placed his hand inside and turned to look at his boyfriend. "This is amazing. I love it." Draco grinned and kissed him. "It also made me think of you when I saw it, and I wanted to wrap it tonight, but I forgot the time." Harry got up and pulled Draco into a tight hug. "I don't really care about the wrapping as long as you thought about what I might like. This is perfectly all right, and I love it." "Okay." Draco smiled at him. "Can I get my double espresso now?" Laughing, Harry held out a hand for his boyfriend. "If you insist, darling." Canada, Day 8. Somewhere in the middle of Canada, possibly, there was a themed hotel that not always matched the timing. The Christmas Hotel, it was called. There were only 4 staff members inside, a manager called Draco, a housekeeping lady named Julie, a general manager of events called Matthew, and a cook named Harry. It seemed that after Agatha and Nikolai had moved along back to their home place, Harry had indeed gotten the job of cooking, and he never thought he enjoyed it as much. However, he had already handed in his job resignation to the Aurors, and when Kingsley had asked for him to come in tomorrow, he had happily argued with the fact that he was currently in Canada and didn't really intend on coming back anytime soon. In fact, Draco was currently in negotiations to travel to South America tomorrow. There was either Peru or Chile that seemed to be working. Kingsley was a bit sour, most likely because he had wanted him to be the minister soon, or at least head Auror, and now he took some low job as a cook. It was a downer for his career, yes. However, Harry had newly learned that all he needed was to be happy, and that was here in the Christmas hotel, with crazy guests and staff, and most importantly, Draco. "Hiya, Harry." Julie greeted him in the kitchen before bringing out the food he had made for Boxing Day. "How did you sleep?" "Well, thanks, and you?" Julie grinned and shrugged her shoulders. "Perfectly fine. I convinced Matthew that I could potentially sleep in his room." "On the couch?" Harry heard Matthew calling from the outside, and he sniggered. Julie winked at Harry. "So, fine, yes." Harry chuckled. "You two are crazy." "Just like you and Draco," Matthew answered as he came into the kitchen to help Julie bring out the food into the dining room. "Maybe that's why Agatha and Nikolai hired me. I work well with this group." Julie leaned against the wall with a frown. "Did they agree for you to be a financial baker, or whatever it's called?" Matthew laughed outside, saying something about baking, like money baking, which made him laugh even more. Harry chuckled. "Yes, I showed them my status as one of England's richest wizards, and they agreed to let me help them with everything." "So you're basically paying your own salary?" Julie asked with a grin while she handed the pancakes to her boyfriend. "Exactly," Harry grinned. "And I'm paying yours, so you better behave around me." "Oh no, I'm so scared." Draco seemingly chose that moment to walk into the kitchen and frowned at Julie. "Why are you scared?" "Your boyfriend wants me to be nice to him, or he'll not pay my salary." When Harry found Draco's questioning eyes on him, he sniggered and pointed at Julie. "That's not exactly what I said, but it could be summarized like that if you ignored our previous banter." Draco sighed when Julie sniggered and said something back just when Matthew entered and jumped in to protect his girlfriend, even though he had no idea if what she had said was indeed false. It was kind of cute. "Why do you work here?" Draco murmured to himself, which made Julie laugh. "Because you like us and our crazy family. Admit it." "I will do no such thing." "Admit it!" Julie screamed, still playfully, as she decided to throw sprinkles in Draco's direction. Naturally, they ended up everywhere, looking like a unicorn threw up in the kitchen. Harry laughed while Draco called for Matthew to control his girlfriend, and that he would never tell them he liked working here. But Harry knew better. The wide grin on Draco's face, the way he positioned himself so easily in the fire of her sprinkle attacks. He loved it. Even if he ended up with color in his hair. By the time Matthew had Julie under control again, the four of them were laughing, and Harry refilled the sprinkles. "Well, Julie, I like working here, if that's enough for you," Harry said, and winked at her. Julie laughed and high-fived him. "Perfect. Let's go and figure out how we can convince Draco to say it out loud." "You will never be able to do that," the Slytherin called, while Julie grinned at Harry and grabbed Matthew. "Let's find out." The end. Hello, my wonderful listeners, and thank you for listening to this year's English Advent Calendar. I really, really love this story. It's just so wholesome and fun and Christmassy, and it puts me in such a good mood to read it, so I really hope you had the same while listening. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas time and could spend Christmas with people you love and you feel safe with, and that you're healthy and happy wherever you are. Once again, thank you so much for listening to this calendar, and generally thank you for staying around at this channel and listening to my funny readings. I really, really appreciate it. And with that, I really hope that you had a wonderful year, and I will hear you again very soon.